Hello, I am Jalyn Richardson, and I'm a senior here at UMSL, and I'm also in the sport management program. I plan to graduate in December, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my internship experience with the St. Louis Ambush. So basically, the St. Louis Ambush is the MASL, which is the Major Arena Soccer League. And the Major Arena Soccer League is a North American professional indoor soccer league. And the MASL features teams, like I said, across North America and teams playing coast to coast in the United States and in Mexico. The MASL is the highest level of arena soccer in North America. And all of the St. Louis Ambush games are actually played at the St. Charles Family Arena. Most games are on Sundays, but they also happen on Saturdays and Fridays as well. And they're usually around 7 p.m. And as you can see, the stadium here in the picture, it can hold, I believe, up to 15,000 to I'd say 3,000 people, or 4,000 is the most that we've had whenever I was interning with them. And a typical game day, we would get there around 4 to 5 hours before kickoff, and we would just set up and um, I did merchandise, and we would also help get the mascot ready and get all of the soccer balls for the game, because there are different soccer balls, for game time. And next, we have my role and my duties. As you see here, there's a picture of a whole bunch of folded shirts. Like I said, I mostly work the merchandise table. Starting off, I did office work before the season began. So in my office work, I did a lot of filing. So I would file pictures and label them just so it was easier to find for the people in the social media side, so they could post on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I would just make it easier for them. Next, I would do inventory. So like you see here, I made it easier on myself and my peers that I was working with, to count before and after the games, mostly after, just so we had the correct counts for what we sold that night. A lot of times it would be really busy, so we'd have to have 3 to 4 people behind the table checking people out and getting sizes. Um, we would also have to break down all of the decorations basically at the arena that consisted of the ambush game. So anything that was ambushed besides the stickers along the boards, we would have to take down and store away because they also had other events there at the family arena. For the merchandise table, we would have to take counts, like I said, just so we have a good count of everything. And next we have internship goals. So basically my goals were networking, taking the next steps towards my sports career in the sport industry, and getting experience in the sport industry and having fun. So I really wanted to connect with the other interns that I worked with, and a lot of them do not have an advanced sport management program like we do here at UMSL. So it was hard to connect with them on LinkedIn because only a select few had LinkedIn. And then I was also able to connect with higher ups um, along with the games that we had, like theme nights. So we would have big groups of other organizations come in, and I was able to talk to them. And for another example, towards the end of the season, we had a lot of St. Louis City higher ups there for that specific game. So I was able to introduce myself and connect with them, and then later connect with them on LinkedIn. And I was able to get my name out there, and I did achieve my goals because I now work part-time with St. Louis City for the second team until the professional team comes along next year. And next we have, what did I learn? So I learned what I liked and what I didn't like. And I also learned how to organize my time management. Time management is something that I personally struggled with, and I still do. I'm not sure why. I've worked on it very hard, and I just can't seem to get the hang of it, but it has been improving. I learned that I do not like to get sales. It's just not something I want to go into. So that's something I do not like. And things that I do like that I gained from this internship was, connecting with the customers and the fans. So I also liked setting up before the game and, kind of organizing and putting everything back in order after the game. It's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. And I also learned that sports is where I want to be. And I also learned how to improve time management. It's just, if you want to work in sports, you got to have time management skills, be on time. And my personal growth in my sport management career. So I joined the UMSL sport management program when it first started in the fall of 2020. I was a transfer student ready to take on my junior year of college. And looking back now, I would have to say, I've grown as a person and as a student. I've had 2 internships before under my belt before I graduate, and I will have 3. So I'm taking on 1 this summer. And if someone told me I would work 1 without pay and 2 taking on multiple internships, not all at one time, but just in general, I would have thought you were crazy and probably looked at you like you had 5 eyes. And that if I also taking on internships where I didn't know a single soul, that's very unlikely of me, and I'm glad I stepped out of my comfort zone. And I was also forced to mature, but in the most natural and healthy way possible. I kind of got my foot out there. So I really have grown as a person and got my foot into the sport industry. So that's exciting. And next we have advice to my younger self. So here you can see me pictured at the St. Louis Ambush game. I believe it was my last game. So it was very bittersweet, but it was so exciting. I would tell my younger self to do the work early and do the work in the classroom and in the sport industry. At times it can get very hectic having school assignments due, working long hours for your internship, having a social life, and being a student athlete in college and having a part-time job as well. And your day-to-day life at UMSL in the UMSL sport management program may look very different from mine. But I would definitely tell my younger self to stay on top of life because you will have more time for yourself if you stay organized, and that is speaking from personal experience. So yeah, definitely do the work early, have a schedule, and be on time. Next, we have advice for incoming students. So my advice for incoming students would be that you must do the work yourself. Every assignment that Dr. B assigns you is for a reason, and I 100% guarantee that you will use every bit of that information from the sport management program. And in your future jobs and internships, you'll definitely use it along with any job in the sport industry. And I really found it hard for myself to take these homework assignments seriously because I just finished taking most of my general classes. for college, and I really just wanted to be done with them and get them out of the way because school is not my favorite at all, and it still isn't, but it's something you got to do, and you can't really get around it. Um, but as I continued in the sport management program, it became easier heading into my internships because of how much I learned and how much I learned from the little tiny homework assignments I just wanted to get done and out of the way. And I was also more proactive in class, or at least tried to be. So that really helped me. Um, but definitely for incoming students, do the work and at least try to do the work. Don't just try to get it out of the way and done because there's a reason for it. And like I just said, there's a reason for everything. Be a sponge. So all the information that you hear from guest speakers in the future, take notes, just listen to them. Don't just play on your phone or try to hide from your camera. Um, Definitely try to soak up everybody's information, even on these interviews, and be on time. Yeah, like I used to tell myself, if you're not 5 minutes early, you're late, and I need to start living by that again. And definitely network, get your name out there, introduce yourself to people, um, and just set yourself out there. So, advice for current sport management students: remember to lean into your connections and stay connected with people you have networked with. Don't forget about them, talk to them, see what they're up to, and stay active on LinkedIn. Don't just delete that. You have to have it forever. Next, we have advice about the sport management program. So it's important to set short-term and long-term goals for yourself. They do not have to be anything immaculate. And I would also say keep your resume updated and go on LinkedIn as much as you can, like every day. What else do we have? So I never knew what LinkedIn was before I met Dr. B and before I joined the UMSL Sport Management Program. It gets easier as you use it. I mean, it's like a new app for everybody. So if you've never had it, brand new, you don't really want to get on it, but just get on it, play with it, click around, change your profile picture, make sure it's professional, have fun with it, fall in love with the professional side. And, for me, it was the side that, I never really saw, like the professional side. I've always been a sporty person. So I've always been wanting that aesthetic, on my Instagram. And, I've never seen the professional side. So it's fun to toy around with it. LinkedIn is important to have in all industries too, not just the sport industry. And LinkedIn can also help you find jobs, internships, and it's a way to get hands-on experience and a way for great networking and getting your name out there. So basically, advice about the sport management program: you have to have goals, keep your resume updated, stay on LinkedIn no matter what. Like, click around, find people, find your friends, connect with them. And if you hear any guest speakers, definitely connect with them, join the UMSL Sport Management Program LinkedIn group. I know we have one with a lot of people in it now. And take every opportunity you can get. It's worth it. It's worth it in the end. I'm living proof. When I joined in 2020, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just doing sport management just because I didn't know what else to do. So now I'm working with St. Louis SC. So that's exciting. And, there's things out there for you. It's not just, you're not alone, you're not lost. Just get on track and keep going. And that is all I have. Thank you.